Hello Uplanders, showrooms are entering the metaverse. In this video, I'm going to explain everything you need to know about showrooms and how this integrates with factories and the entire manufacturing process in the Upland Metaverse. For those who don't know me, I'm YK2012, founder of the Upland Guide. Thanks to UpX World for sponsoring this video. You can find a link to their Discord server in the description below and more about them momentarily. If you are unaware, manufacturing has begun in the metaverse. There are players who are able to design 3D models and create those in the metaverse using Spark. Here I'm inside the factory of the UpX World Genesis plant, and we can see the first thing that they are starting to manufacture here are test tube statues. Currently, there are 5 of them that are in production, and there are another 15 waiting to be manufactured. Once these items are manufactured, they will be placed on the inventory lot on this property. And here in the upper right-hand corner, we can actually see that there are a number of these statues that have completed construction. If you wanted to purchase one of these test tubes, you would not want to travel to 1701 Gerald Avenue. This is only the manufacturing plant, and just like in the real world, most of the time you do not buy things directly from the factory that manufactures them. They usually have a store that you would go to in order to purchase the goods, and that's exactly what these showrooms are. I don't know what this test tube statue is, but it is going to be related to their Layer 2 experience called UpX World that they are creating. Your player here that you see is your Xlander, and he is able to navigate the Upland Metaverse in a completely different layer and different experience. Using the Upland developer tools, which will be coming out shortly, anybody can create any type of experience that they want and integrate this into Upland. So these test tubes will have some sort of function in this new game that they are developing. If you want to learn more about what Layer 2 is, take a look at the link in the upper right-hand corner. Each type of metaventure within Upland will have its own function. So the function of factories is purely to manufacture. If you're thinking about creating your own manufacturing plant or you want to learn more about this process, take a look at the link in the upper right-hand corner, and we have a link in the description below as well. So the first step is to manufacture the goods and have them placed on your inventory lot outside of the factory. The next step would be to transport these goods to a showroom in order to sell them. And this is where vehicles come into play. Players have been able to purchase vehicles, whether they be sports cars or semi-trailers, sedans, SUVs, or pickup trucks. And each one of these will have a different type of utility within Upland. This here is a vehicle that I own, and this is a van that I call the pack van. And we can see here some of the different parameters that this vehicle has. So one of the important things related to manufacturing is the cargo capacity. We can see that each different type of vehicle has the capability of transporting goods from one location to another location. So all of these test tube statues that are on the manufacturing plant of the UpX World Genesis plant will have to be transported via vehicle to the showroom. Now, this functionality doesn't yet exist in Upland, but this has been the plan all along. This is the reason that we need vehicles in Upland, to take people and things from different places. At this point in time, September 2022, you can just take your legit or car or whatever asset that you have and transport it freely within the metaverse. However, once cars come into play, then that will no longer be the case. This is something that I feel isn't talked about enough and very important for you to understand moving forward when you're starting to strategize around manufacturing and selling some of these goods. Proximity between the manufacturing plant, the showroom, and your customer's house are going to be important factors when evaluating your supply chain. We have a link in the description below where you can compare the different parameters of each of the different types of vehicles. The UpX World Genesis showroom is located at 950 Tennessee Street in San Francisco, and it's only 3 kilometers away from their manufacturing plant. So using this map that you can see in the link in the description below, you can see that there is a fairly short distance of only 3 kilometers between the manufacturing plant and the showroom. Now, this is going to be important because you're going to have to calculate the Upland fuel costs, which is essentially Spark. Spark is going to be the resource that is going to fuel the cars. Cars will also have odometers on them and mileage tracking. So you are going to want to optimize those things and factor those into the costs of your goods when you're shipping them from one place to another. If you're looking for someone to manufacture something for you, or if you're looking to sell something in a showroom, this map is a great resource to search different players who can offer these types of services. Now here is the location of their showroom where the goods will be sold. We can see that it's currently in construction, and unlike the manufacturing plant, there is no such thing as an inventory lot. There will be a specific inventory for each different type of structure. Right now, there are only small showrooms, but there will be different variants as well as larger types of showrooms that will be able to hold varying amounts of inventory based on its size. Let's say, for example, that this showroom can hold 30 items that are listed on sale. But if I brought a semi-trailer of 50 items from the manufacturing plant to this showroom, what will happen to the additional 20 items? Those 20 items can be placed outside the showroom but still on the exact same property as long as space permits it. And once I'm able to start selling some of the inventory within the shop, I can bring these items that are currently outside of the showroom itself and bring them in with the ability to list them on sale. It's important to note that you do not need to own a factory in order to also sell items in a showroom. The more services you provide and the more you control your own supply chain, the lower you are going to be able to keep your costs. And that could either mean a larger profit margin for you, or you will be able to lower your prices. A showroom is a type of metaventure which will also be subject to metaventure dues, and other manufacturers or any other player will be able to utilize your showroom as a submerchant, where if I was this manufacturer of the test tubes, I could come and list them in your store, let's say for 10,000 UPEX each, and you as a showroom operator would be able to make a percentage commission on these sales. So this player, thank me later, has the manufacturing plant and this showroom. Maybe he also has other showrooms around the city, or he can turn to other showroom owners in order to have his test tubes be sold all around the city instead of having someone travel to this showroom at 950 Tennessee Street. After making a sale, I'm assuming the purchaser will have to find a way to transport this test tube or any of these goods from the showroom to their own property as well. All of these features will be things that will be rolling out in the future, but I hope I have given you a good insight as to how this will be working. As more features come out, you can be sure that the Upland Guide will be here in order to teach you how they work and how you can incorporate this into your Upland strategy. Continue watching the videos below to learn more.